All right, so truth check. How often do you have to shave ear hairs and nose hairs?
uh, it's gotten worse lately
Yeah,
with age. With
yeah.
age, it gets worse.
No
I've never
kidding.
had. Yeah, I've never had. Well, okay, nose hairs I've had. All right, but like ear hairs, I've never had those until recently. That's a new
D-
thing.
that's so funny. Because I
Yeah,
could not grow facial hair to save my life. Now I can do it okay, but also there's
yeah,
the side part where I get a lot of nose hairs, and I'm pulling on my ear hairs right now, and that's something that I apparently have to cut.
yeah.
You
What
know,
the hell? But I mean, it's the same tool, right? The one you use for the nose hair, you can use it for your ears.
sure, and
Um,
my toe hairs.
oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Just get the whole thing. Um,
Yeah,
or laser. But I knew a
I,
guy.
I
He shaved everything. I mean, he was even a football player too. But maybe that's why.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean,
everything
I've
is
been
shaved.
there. Maybe it was 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I always said that if I had the option to shave everything, below my hairline, I totally would.
Yeah.
Now I'm not so gung ho about it, but
It's a lot of work.
yeah,
Unless you do electrolysis, is that what it's called?
the one where you lose all your hair.
It's something like that. Yeah. Or it's like laser. They laser it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So yeah, see, I changed my PFP because I was inspired by yours. Look at that. I have the cigarette even too. See?
It looks really good, man. It looks great.
I was really
What
just like, wow, look how cool he looks.
what did you type into the prompt?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I probably say the I want to believe. Oh, a person with a cigarette, um, yeah, in an office or something with the I want to believe iconic poster in the background. It took me like a few like back and forths.
Sure.
Yeah, but it was
It
fun.
it looks good, man. I love it. I was gonna change mine. That was gonna be my new thing where every week
Yeah,
I change my PFP, but I guess I'm
yeah.
not going to.
Well, that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah,
And
you have to
yeah,
go to Chat GPT and type in a
right.
prompt and come up with pictures and stuff. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No, it's not.
We are here to talk about the Uncovering Anomalies podcast, episode 61.
Yeah, we're at 61. Can you believe it? I
I
can't.
can't. And we have
That's a
fans
lot.
now. We've got
Yeah, we
fans.
do have fans. People actually listen.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Thank you all for joining us, of course, as
Yes,
always.
thank you. Yes, thank you, everybody. I can, yeah, I was looking at it today. I'm like, wow, 61. I mean, that's like, that means that's it. It's just going to continue now because usually around this time is when shows like start to taper off. Or
Sure.
I
But
think and it doesn't feel like it's going to happen. Ever.
no, of course not, because we love talking about
We
UAPs.
do.
And
Yes.
so we need an outlet. We need a place where we can talk about this kind of stuff.
We
This is
do,
great.
and I think we do notice certain things, you and I, separately,
Yeah.
and we like to tell everyone about them or to focus on them because they're important, you know.
And we
Uh,
love to shout them at people. Come see me in real life, and I will talk your ear off about UFOs until my heart's content, which will be
that'd be-
never, because it's always gonna keep. It's just gonna keep going and going and going.
that would be funny though to have like a meetup. Would be at a table with mics. Uh,
It would. So would we wear
just do the
paper?
same thing.
Would we wear paper bags on our heads?
Oh
What's
yeah,
our
or masks, yeah, or
what's
yeah, I
our
would say
yeah
yes.
yeah.
Well, cool, man. You sent me a lot of stuff this week. Is for UAP. Was there a lot to get to? But there was a lot to get to. That's for sure. I remember
Mhm.
Monday you sent me like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, man.
Well,
That's a crazy Monday.
I had to get it all in so I could just chillax all week.
But this one, I want to start with this one, even though it's it's
Oh, this is
it's
great.
COVID. But it's yeah, Mr. Fauci here. It was in some documentary. I think this part was cut. I'm not sure, but it's an amazing scene
All
of
5 foot
Fauci.
4 of them.
Yeah, what is he doing here? He's going
He's
door to
trying to
door, right?
he's going door to door. He's trying to convince people to take the COVID vaccine back when that was a thing. And
All right.
this
Yeah.
guy is just not having it. He's smart guy.
Yeah, he's like, probably, how dare he? Oh, he's reading all that
Yeah.
misinformation.
Are not settled with the information that's been given to us right now. So I'm not going to be lining up taking a shot or a vaccination for something that wasn't clear in the first place. And then you all create a shot in miraculous time. It takes years to create vaccination.
Well, it used to take years.
Okay, it used to.
You know how many years were invested in this approach? About 20 years of science to get us to be able
20
to
years
do it.
is not enough. And 9 months is definitely not enough for nobody to be taking no vaccination that you all came up with.
The only reason I'm talking to you right now, as close as we are, is that I've been vaccinated.
Right.
But
the only reason we're talking right now is because I'm vaccinated.
Just unbelievable how narcissistic they are.
I know.
They make it all about them always.
Yeah.
Remember his whole thing? I am the science. Like
I am the science. If you go after me, you are attacking science.
How much of an asshole do you have to be to not only believe that, but say that to the American public? I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is. Yeah, the type of person you have to be, to have not just those conversations, but he actually believes it. He has to, like, I am the law. What is that? Yeah, Judge.
He thinks he's Batman or something.
Yeah. But this guy's very smart. You can tell,
Yeah.
he's well researched. He's like, I'm not taking this thing.
Yeah.
What you guys say.
Well, and that's the thing is he brings up solid arguments and they keep their rationale, what they're using as excuses is so poor.
All right, let's continue. Let's see what because he says some good things, like you said.
if it allow thousands of people like you don't get vaccinated, you're going to let this virus continue to percolate in this country and in this world.
Something like the common flu then, right?
And
it's much more serious than the flu.
Well, the flu kills a lot of people annually too.
You know how many people died of the flu the last year? I mean, not this year, virtually none, but the previous year, about 20 to 30,000. You know how many people have died from COVID-19 in the United States? 600,000 Americans.
Well, the number that you all giving that died, that's once again, that's you all's number.
You gonna pass?
Yeah, definitely. Because
Good
when you
job.
start talking about paying people to get vaccinated, when you start talking about incentivizing things to get people vaccinated, there's something else going on with that.
Yeah.
It's something else going on.
It is something going on with
something
that.
else.
You're right. But I'm glad millions of people like me and most everybody here.
I mean, look at that. Imagine all this shows up to your house with a camera crew too.
Exactly.
And they're just trying to convince this dude to take this thing. He's like, I am not taking. What the hell's going on here? Get
Who
outta
would? Any sane person would look at this and just go, and he's absolutely right. He goes, yeah, there's something else going on here. There's something. Even she agrees with him. You know,
Yeah, she said that too, which was
there's
weird.
something else going on here.
What a strange time it was. That was such a crazy time. I remember too being online saying, "Yeah, come to my house," because they were always like threatening that. Like Biden would say that, and Newsom would say it, and like.
So at my job, we were supposed to get vaccinated. Otherwise, you had to wear your mask all the time. And after a couple months of it going on, I just stopped wearing my mask, and nobody ever said anything. So I just kept. I was like, all right, well, fuck it. If no one's gonna say anything, I'll just keep not doing that.
You never told me that. It's hilarious.
No.
That's great, man. Yeah, I mean, someone we know too works for Disney, and they he didn't get vaccinated, so he had to wear a mask and a visor on top of that.
Good Lord. So
yeah, they
dumb.
got rid of that, but it was ridiculous. Like, fine, okay, all right, we excused you, but still, you're gonna have to look ridiculous and be the only one in the meetings.
I think I did I talk about it in the show when I went to the DMV. Did I talk about that? Okay,
wait.
so where I live in the country, when you go to the DMV, they've got these glass okay,
you told me,
yeah. Oh, okay. Did I say it on the show?
No, I don't think so. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so they got the glass walls up, and there's a little gap underneath, so they can hand you stuff and whatever. And so the whole time, the lady I was talking to at the DMV, we were both, yelling at each other, not like angry. We're just because it's loud in there. We were yelling at each other underneath the glass, and we both were just like, "This is so stupid. Why? This makes this makes no sense. There's no point to this. We're ruining, the COVID precautions that they put up, and we both got a good laugh out of it.
Yeah. Well, because it's so ridiculous, especially in hindsight when you look back at it, like, what
Yeah.
is this? Like, what? It can't go around here or over. I
Right.
mean,
And you can't hear that was the thing, is we couldn't hear each other having
Yeah,
this conversation because of this stupid glass wall, and we were talking
And the
to each other
mask.
underneath it. Oh my God, it was so dumb.
Dude, the whole thing. It was a complete
Funny
nightmare.
though, kind of, in hindsight.
In hindsight, yeah, and this goes along the same theme. There was some hearings on in congressional hearings. Anyway, Lara Logan, former 60 Minutes foreign affairs correspondent, was giving. This is a great witness. She was a great witness in the hearings. This is against censorship, free speech, and the state of affairs in the U.S. So this was sometime last week.
Oh, good.
Yes, this is really good.
And make no mistake, words matter.
Oh, she's serious.
While propaganda and censorship are not new, technology means unprecedented power and reach in the hands of a few. Companies like Facebook, Instagram, and Google, as you have heard many times today, have been allowed to amass monopoly power. And as a result, they not only reach billions of people across the world every second of the day, they have absolute control over what we see and what we hear. Imagine those tools in the hands of Lenin, Stalin, Mao, Hitler.
There it is.
When I became a journalist more than 35 years ago, we were under emergency restrictions in apartheid South Africa.
Apartheid.
And I was 17 years old. Public safety and security were the weapons of state censors. Ours was the truth. We had no Bill of Rights, no Constitution, no First Amendment, no Declaration of Independence. And journalists would have to hide their footage from the security police, sometimes sewing the tapes into their mattresses at home so they could not be seized and used to identify and target the protesters that we'd filmed. The light of freedom that set fire to our hearts in South Africa was lit thousands of miles away. It was lit right here where we sit today in the United States of America.
Many people in the truth movement or conspiracy, whatever, have always said that the U.S. is the final country in the way for the New World Order.
Yeah, I mean, it's really scary stuff. I mean, everything she said is super. It's prudent. It's true. It's super relevant today.
Yeah, as much as I say, like, oh, down with the empire and blah 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 and so corrupt. It's gonna suck without this country. If it's not, it doesn't have to be an empire though. Like, why does it have to be an empire? But it's gonna suck if they really try to take this country out and its culture of freedom and
it's just it's beyond frustrating, because really the call's not coming from outside of the house. The call's coming from inside of the house. I mean, that's where we have to change it. But unfortunately, we have all these corrupt individuals who are in charge of stuff and just love being in charge and doing really weird, creepy things that they're going to keep doing. I mean, again, this isn't a call to violence, but I'm just saying the only way to stop these people is to put a bullet in their head.
Yeah, or they have to step down. And what I don't get is, like, why would you destroy a system that that propped you up and made you powerful to begin with?
Well, because once you get to the top, once you get to sit on the throne, once you get to sit on the throne, you cut down everyone who's beneath you. It's disgusting.
I guess it's a cycle they'll always just have. Like, how do you put an end to this? Like, is humanity just like screwed?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I believe I want to believe that, just like your photo, I want to believe. But, I want to believe there's good people out there who want to do good when they're in power. But just evidence has shown, and time has shown, time and time again, that is just not the case. Once you get in power, you unfortunately become corrupt. You become obsessed with keeping that power.
Right. Anyway, people are always asking this question, like, how does humanity get out of this? You know, because it's like it's a constant theme.
Yeah, it's
Where we have to
it's
keep
scary
going through.
thought.
I mean, this happened last week too, which was really horrendous.
Yeah, this was a really big story that's been going on all week, and it's of course really sad. It's sad that we've speaking of humans and power, it's so sad that we've come to this point.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I mean, did you watch it? The video.
I
So
did.
wait,
Yep.
just for our audience, this is Aaron Bushnell, U.S. airman, dies after setting himself on fire outside Israeli embassy in Washington.
Yeah, I watched it. His last words were free Palestine," and then, well, he burned to death, and it was very brutal to watch.
It was
But
just
of course,
crazy to see him like so calm in the beginning, like walking over. I'm gonna, you know,
yeah.
I mean, what he said, even CNN said it.
I mean, it was the guy set his phone up, walked over to where he was in view of the camera, poured, they keep saying in clear liquid. It was,
Was it
flame.
gasoline or something?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, he set himself on fire outside of this Israeli embassy, and the cops run up and point guns at him.
This guy right here, yeah.
Yeah, what a.
They're saying he's an Israeli guy, but I think no, he's a Secret Service agent that protects the embassies. But I mean, the guy's burning to death, and he's just pointing a gun to his head.
Yeah, like he's gonna do something while he's burning to death.
Yeah, and these guys are like, "Give me a fire extinguisher, not guns." And he's just look. He keeps pointing. Like, what? The guy's gonna get up like a zombie or something? I mean, I don't understand. Look at him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, I got. Look at his. He's pointing at his head.
It's. I mean, this is a perfect. This is a great snap. Not great, obviously.
Yeah.
This is a perfect snapshot of. A snapshot of just what politics is nowadays, and just the whole American culture. It's ridiculous. A guy set himself on fire in protest, and he gets guns pointed at his head. It's sick. It's really sick.
I mean, I'm not condoning anyone do that, obviously, and if you do this, get help, because there's other ways. I mean, but he chose to do it that way. But even CNN had to cover it, which is crazy. Here, let's get a listen, just for those who don't know what happened. Maybe not everyone knows, but you never know these days. But CNN covered it.
We're learning new details today about a deadly outside the Israeli embassy in Washington. Authorities identified Aaron Bushnell as the person who, on Sunday, set himself on fire. The 25-year-old was an active duty member of the U.S. Air Force. CNN's Gabe Cohen joins us now with the details. And Gabe, this is something that he did in protest.
Yeah, that's correct. And we're learning much more about this 25-year-old active duty airman, Aaron Bushnell, as you mentioned. He's from San Antonio, Texas, and he live streamed his actions on Sunday in broad daylight on the streets of D.C. outside the Israeli embassy. We are not going to show that video. It is extremely graphic and disturbing. I have watched the video. I can tell you at the beginning, at the start of it, you can see Bushnell walking up to the embassy on the street in his military fatigues. He's speaking calmly to the camera. I want to read a portion of what he says. He said, quote, "I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest, but compared to what people have been experiencing in Palestine at the hands of their colonizers, it is not extreme at all. This is what our ruling class has decided will be normal." He then goes on to pour some sort of accelerant, it looks like, on his head out of a water bottle he was carrying. And then he lights himself on fire, Boris. And as the flames engulf him, you can hear him yelling, free Palestine," again and again, until finally he collapses. And that is when officers, you can see them race in, one of them with a fire extinguisher in their hands, trying to put out the flames. But it takes time.
And the others with guns in their hands.
Wow, man. That is just hearing it again, because I remember when I first, I mean, it's shocking, right? When this happened, when it first happened, it was really disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Buddhist who set himself on fire. I don't know how many years ago now. Yeah. I mean,
for Vietnam, right?
Yeah. It's just it's super sad, and I wish this was the wake up call for our government in the way that Aaron was wishing it was.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, so he's definitely not being forgotten or anything. I mean, I just want to continue. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Maybe we can do this quickly. But there was some messed up, people. Obviously, it's a polarizing thing. So you had people on both sides, but even Americans like, oh, he wasted his life, and maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I mean,
Well, I mean, so did that. In that vein, so did that Buddhist.
Yeah, exactly. But the message is out there now. The mainstream media was not covering most of this, but so you sent me this.
Yeah.
Now Mossad commentary, it's not Mossad, I
No,
think it's
of
a
course
parody
not.
account. Yeah, but he goes, our enemies kill themselves. And these are still Israelis, saying this. They have I mean, I'm sure Shapiro had something really bad to say about this, about Aaron too.
Yeah, shocker.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a parody account, but Mossad, they can't be too far off, like thinking that same thing.
Oh, I wanted you to listen to this. So it's Richard Spencer. I think he's a white nationalist or something like that, or he's been called one. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. But he has some
Yeah, you
great
can never tell these
commentary.
days.
Is he?
No, I was gonna say you can
Oh.
never tell these days. Anyone,
Yeah, exactly. You can never tell these days. It doesn't sound
anyone,
like it.
anyone who disagrees with the left gets called the white
Right.
nationalist.
Right. So I mean, yeah, exactly. I think I've heard at some point, but I thought this was really good. So it's some commentary on the hero, he calls him, Aaron Bushnell, and why conservatives just don't get it.
The other impression I got from these conservatives is that they're just kind of like flat bourgeois people who would never die for anything. They're like, why did you have to die? Like, can't you just hold up a sign if you want to? I mean, they would probably be against anyone holding up a sign in front of the Israeli embassy, to be honest. But, they would just make these arguments or something. And it's like, yeah, heroes, they might become martyrs or sacrifice themselves, but they basically have a self-destructive impulse. And they want to make their life and their death meaningful. And you don't, because you want to die in your bed. And you want to live as long as possible and collect as much money as you can and experience the most comfort humanly possible. And that is a form of nihilism, in fact. It's a different type of nihilism than active self-destruction, but that is nihilistic. And, do you really want to live forever? You're so terrified of death that you look on this as like, oh, he really miscalculated. He should have, gotten a good job and then, donated money to relief or something like that. It's like, no, he wanted to make a bold statement. Like every artist wants to make a bold statement. They want to shock you, in fact. And they want to tell you that there's some things, moral principles that are bigger than mere human life. And certainly bigger than personal comfort. And that's what he did. And so I don't know, you see these conservatives and they react to things in this way, and it's like, yeah, this is why you lose. Because you're terrified of losing personal comfort and safety. And winners actually aren't. Winners don't give a flying fuck about their 401k.
I don't know.
Or not offending someone or something. They just act boldly. And you guys will just ultimately get pushed around and kind of ultimately go with the flow because you're not willing to risk something.
I mean,
the other impression I got from
the burger looks really good. I'm just curious because I got distracted a little bit. I was listening to what he had to say, but then I was like, man, I mean, first I was like, that's a lot of mayonnaise. I'm not a huge mayonnaise guy, but
yeah, it looks like it's a mushroom Swiss burger. But I like his commentary about that.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I mean, see, this is the problem that I'm running into with politics. Not recently. I guess it's been the last 6 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
Who knows? But if you call yourself a conservative, you have to side with Israel. If you call yourself, a liberal or a Democrat, you have to side with the Palestinians.
Yeah.
You know, truthfully, I find most of my views align with the Conservative Party right now, but
Right.
I don't side with Israel at all.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
hate that you have to be on one side or the other,
Because
and you have to follow the doctrine. You know, whatever side you choose, which is dumb. Just saying that. You know,
yeah,
you
team
have to.
red, team blue.
Yeah, you have to follow every single thing. That's in the doctrine. I just think that's so stupid.
Yeah, but there's a growing, I guess, population on the right that's not just 100% gung ho Israel, because they look at the state of the country like, wait a minute, can we like focus on
Yeah.
us for a bit here?
You know what we need, man? And I've thought about starting this, not that I ever could. A sanity party. We just call it the party of sanity. Um, and you just
Common sense.
yeah, just you just do whatever thing is the most whatever has the most common sense. I don't think
Yeah,
it'd be that hard, right? I mean,
no.
it's not even that it's not even that bizarre of a concept.
We innately know what's right or wrong. It doesn't matter what laws there are. It's just you know.
You just do the thing that's right. It's not that difficult.
I think that's now. You see, that's it. I think that's anarchy, though, right? If just let people do it, but then maybe we should trust people to make, or maybe I don't know, man. No, this is another conversation.
No,
This is
but
like,
I don't think that's really all that off the wall. I
guess
think,
if everyone's armed,
but
then yeah,
it's not even really about that. It's just, you do what's best for yourself. I
yeah.
guess in some circumstances, I guess that could involve shooting someone. I would hope not, but I guess.
So
I
I
don't.
mean, this
I don't
happened
know.
too. Well, you sent me this also on Monday. I mean, we haven't
Yep.
even like started yet, and we have this guy light himself on fire for a country that was founded by
Yep.
a Rothschild, their Rothschilds, heavily supported and influenced. And then Lord Jacob Rothschild, financier and member of the Rothschild banking family, dies aged 87.
Speaking of arrogance, Lord, really? Did he have a castle?
Jacob, yeah, Jacob
Just
Rothschild.
unreal, these people.
But yes, he's a lord. He was actually always a happy guy. Like, you ever watch his interviews, he's very, very chauncey. His accent is a really like,
a lord,
elite accent. Yeah,
a
I mean,
lord
he's
of
a lord.
what? What was he a lord of?
Lord of finance.
Because I keep seeing ads for it. You can buy like a little, like 1 square foot in Ireland and become lord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or Scotland, I think it is.
Scotland, sure, whatever.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, you can still be a lord, exactly, because it is Great Britain. So under British law, you become a lord. So yes, the financier. He was 87 years old. He's in a documentary about the creation of Israel, and he's interviewed, and he talks about that letter to Lord Balfour, or from Lord Balfour, the Balfour Declaration, 1917, which England gave Palestine to. What is it? One country gives another country over to another country. So like,
so dumb.
Under what authority, really?
Well, they're lords of finance, like you said. They control the money. You control the world.
And there is, of course, the Rothschilds are in the middle of many world conspiracies.
Yeah, and I'm sure he raped a ton of little kids. Sorry, I probably shouldn't joke about that.
I mean, yeah, it just comes with the territory.
It does.
That's where we were going with that. I mean, there's a picture with him and what's her name, Abramovich, in front
She's
of
about 40 years older than I expected. Oh, that's a little bit more. That seems about right.
Oh, look at him. He did age a lot. I don't remember seeing him like this. Like, this is how I remember seeing him. Yeah, this picture kind of. Damn. Well, I mean, he lived a happy life, it seems.
Yeah.
With a silver spoon in his mouth, with trillions of dollars at his behest.
What did that top comment say? A true legend? Hold on, scroll down.
Where?
The comments on a true legend. He kept the world's fine. Oh, boo.
432 down.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. He's not being mean or anything. He kept the world's finance stable. Oh, I am perplexed by all the hatred towards him online. Ask anyone why they hate him, and they won't be able to tell you. But it tells a lot about the person who's doing the hate. It's like ADL. This is ADL speak right here.
Yep.
Shapeshifters.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So you sent me this. Oh, by the way, a lot of things that I sent and that you sent were deleted. So this one was deleted.
That's such a bummer.
I know, but
yeah, this one was really interesting. I don't even think you can upvote at this point.
No, I can't.
But they had side by side pictures of Prince William's and what's his name, Rothschild, and
Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah, and of course it got deleted.
Of course it got deleted.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was very compelling. I mean, you can't always judge pictures based on someone and their parents to say, okay, it's this person, it's this person's kid, or it's that person's kid. But it was very, like, the hairline, everything lined
very up. Uncanny.
Yeah, it was very weird. Very weird.
So this commenter goes, this one is better than the Trudeau is Castro's son conspiracy.
Okay, do you know about that?
Except that one actually is real.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I completely agree with that. I definitely think.
Too.
Yeah.
I mean, a twin.
What?
It's like a twin. It's like copy paste. Like one of them laughing, like
they look exactly alike. It's speaking of uncanny, that one's unreal.
Do you want me to look it up? It's really
no, it's fine. Okay. We can move on.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Seriously, a few pictures where they look the same.
For anyone who's listening and doesn't believe us, look up Trudeau and Castro and put them side by side.
Oh yeah. I'm 99% sure that that's true. Seriously, that's how much he looks like him.
They're completely identical. It's freaky.
Yeah, it's freaky. So this
one
magnitude 5.9
is really weird. Apparently this happens with earthquakes like a lot,
like with plasma or something.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so 5.6 earthquake happened in China, and this is videos following it. There's a big glowing orb in the sky and a bunch of other lights that are going towards it. I mean, it's really bizarre footage.
So what? This is like ball lightning kind of thing.
I don't really know. Do
you think?
But I think in the comments of this post, people had said this is something that happens with earthquakes every once in a while.
The plasmas are awake. Precisely what I thought.
Oh, ignore these.
Oh wait. Oh god. Let's turn this off. All right. China is huge. Come on, people. Op is a dumbass who doesn't understand Google.
I mean, the comments are worth
tell us
to look at.
Oh my god! All right, so it's a natural phenomenon, but still, that's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's weird looking. Oh, this one is good.
This is crazy. I love it.
Yeah. To keep Genghis Khan's burial a secret, all 2,000 people who attended his funeral were executed. The executioners were then killed by members of his escort, who took their own lives when they reached their destination. The site still remains undiscovered to this day.
Dude, could you imagine being that dedicated to someone?
But no.
And 100% of them, like 100% did
well,
that.
Okay, and here's my question. Why would you go to the funeral?
Right. Yeah, what's the point? Like, just don't even have one. I mean,
but so I truly don't know if this is accurate or not, but I do know that Genghis Khan's burial site has never been found, or so we're told.
Wouldn't the thousands of dead bodies be a giveaway to where he was buried? This becomes a dead giveaway.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting thing. I love that it says the executioners were killed themselves. So, like, at what point? Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're that devoted to somebody, you go, okay, this is part of the job or whatever. But I just can't imagine being in that. I can't imagine being in that position.
I mean, if we think humans,
like if my boss passed away, I would never be like, yeah, I'll go to the funeral if you kill me after. You know,
Well, I guess it depends. The relationship with Genghis Khan was different, right? Didn't they like swoop across all of Asia and like, so who knows how much riches they made and power and like adventure and I don't know, man. Like back
well,
then,
the crazy thing is how many children he had, how many offspring.
right? What
There's
is it like a third?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a ton of people who can
Yeah.
using DNA testing can trace their lineage back to him.
Yeah, it's like a third of Asia, something like that. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
Crazy.
insane. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Alexander did the same thing. It's
Uh-huh.
just I guess it's these personalities. Something happens. Like, wait a minute, I need to spread this to the world.
Yeah.
What's
Jeez.
his? Yeah, Epstein did that too. He wanted
Same
to do that.
thing.
Yeah, with scientists, right? And
Yeah.
what did he want to do? Like, inject his DNA and like. Anyway, I forget now.
I guess that's just one of the parts of being super influential is you want to spread your seed everywhere it'll go.
All right, so I guess switching gears to UAP and
finally.
We did talk about the National Archives now. We went through that last week too, but now we're going to be seeing many things come out. So something that someone found here, can you see that? Yeah. So the White House, unidentified anomalous phenomena reporting procedures. This is from the White House. Okay. Whistleblowing under James whatever. But then what Richard Geldreich found in there is that it refers to the Atomic Energy Act of 1954. So authorized disclosures, an authorized disclosure shall not be subject to a non-disclosure agreement entered into by the individual who makes a disclosure. B, shall be deemed to comply with any regulation or order issued under the authority of Executive Order 13526 relating to classified national security information or Chapter 18 of the Atomic Energy Act of 1954. Now, this is important because this is what's used to keep the whole UFO subject secret. Because if in this act, if anything has any radioactive properties or effects, then it becomes secret under the Atomic Energy Act. So it's still secret. So
my God.
We're still not going to really get anything, if they can still use these excuses.
We need perfect with the whistle there. We need more. I was going to say we need more whistleblowers.
Yeah, just to come forward.
Yeah, have to. That's the only way it's going to get released.
But then then you still have those. Also from Richard, he found this. Sean Kirkpatrick has been wrapped up in the Department of Energy, right? What we just read about since 1986. Before he was even 18 years old. There he is.
How does that work? Oh, because he was a youthful Duluth inventor?
Yeah, receives national recognition. Sean Kirkpatrick. There he is. Duluth.
It's too bad he didn't learn how to tell the truth in all this time.
Yeah, he's been a government guy since then, just I get to know, you don't.
Right. We're children.
You idiot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm smart. Look, I'm an inventor.
So frustrating.
Yeah, it's the whole elitist thing, right? That's what it is. So how it's so intertwined. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that's absolutely crazy that he's been involved with the government for that long.
And with the Department of Energy, which the Atomic Energy Act is with them, right? And so they put this guy in charge of air. They knew exactly what they were doing and who they were putting there.
Hey, great deals on microwaves, though.
The Sears. How many times has Sears gone bankrupt? And then, over and over. It used to be something back in the 80s. Is this when this came out? Yeah, 86 or 96.
Was I say 96? Okay.
86.
86, yeah.
He hasn't changed that much.
No.
Still a douche. See, he invested more than $2,000 in his experiment. Oh, so he comes from money too.
Shocker.
I know, right? We got News Nation talking about the National Archives now. Launches UAP records collection. Now, some stuff, we talked about last week. Hopefully they come out. It'll be really exciting, majestic.
Yeah, absolutely.
To corroborate those ones.
I mean, it's still it's still cool stuff, and I love that people are, digging into this.
Yeah, and it shows that the government was and is serious about it.
Simply
And
proven
that
time and time again on the show.
And it's not just witnesses coming and making up stuff. I mean, that's what everyone says. Oh, he was duped. Oh, he was tricked. So, the National Archives has these documents from these different agencies from over 25 years ago. It means something.
Yeah. What's the title of this article? UFO report: no evidence of alien spacecraft, but can't rule it out.
Ha!
Jesus.
Yeah,
they're really trying hard, huh?
I know. I mean, no evidence, but still can't rule it out. I mean, oh, did you see AJ's new episode?
Yeah, Bigfoot and yes, it was pretty good. I was surprised. I was surprised at the one he came out and said, "I think this might be real." Is Bigfoot?
Yeah, that was really surprised. He's like, I can't say it's not anymore after looking into it.
Yeah, pretty wild
that was
stuff,
really cool.
man.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Great episode. At the risk of losing some of our followers, go ahead and check out the Y Files. AJ has a great show on YouTube.
He does, yeah, definitely go check it out. Well produced, well acted, right? Well written. Yeah,
and he's got Hecklefish on there, which is the most important part of the show.
Dude, he cracked me up yesterday so hard. I love that guy.
Lizard people.
Yeah, I mean the merch. he probably makes so much money off the merch alone.
Has to. You've got a Hecklefish thing, right?
I do have, yes. he's sitting on top of my Cartman.
Nice.
Yeah. So this report, it just reminded me of what AJ basically did. Like, there's no evidence, but I can't rule it out. So that's why, so that's what this report is saying. It's Kirkpatrick. He's still at it. I mean,
yeah, you never stop working for the government.
No. Is this it? The aerial phenomena observed. Yeah, anyway, it just goes by the theme that the government will not let us know what's happening with this issue.
We're children to them.
And this is in that report, they talk about this video here that was taken on a Navy ship. It goes into the water, but there's no splash, nothing.
Right.
You remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that's what this one is. And that report, the new Arrow report, is saying, "Oh, it could be our adversaries." I mean, all right. So
I just don't buy that. I mean, with everything we know about Russia and China, I mean, they'd be showing this off.
Oh yeah, and the whole Ukraine thing, like, why sit there and lose hundreds of thousands of lives?
Right.
It would have just been ended.
Yeah, exactly.
To do stuff like that. I mean, but I mean, we'll talk about some Ukraine stuff that's been showing up, very similar to this. We talked about it last week, but there's an update that the soldiers came out and gave some interviews. I sent you this one.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the BBC. What the hell is that? Is this his hair or something?
I don't know.
There it is, cigar
shape.
It's
so bizarre.
So it goes into the clouds or out of the cloud and then back into the clouds. Oh, dude, it's okay. So it's far away. It's not like a. Oh my god.
So that's a balloon, 100%.
Or you ever see like soccer movies, like Japan animation soccer movies? Yeah. When they kick the ball, it goes flat. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
All right, so that's that.
Weird stuff.
And then there's this one from the South Korean UFO caught on Korean TV. Same kind of thing where the guy is Superman.
Yeah. Wow. What the hell were they filming? This guy playing. That thing is so fast. That's unreal.
Yeah. I mean, the Koreans are obsessed with golf. Have you noticed? Like, obsessed.
I haven't noticed. No.
Yeah. Well, if you do go golfing here, I mean, you'll see a lot of Koreans.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I used to work with Koreans, and it's just all over the place. They're really, it's like a national
pastime. That is so fast.
Whoa. How'd they catch that?
Yeah, seriously. That's my question, too. I mean, that thing, it's not even on screen for half a second.
All right, so here they're going slow, I think. Oh, there it is. Oh, it went the distance too. It's not like
Yeah.
All right, that's not like
That's
something right in front of the screen.
That's really cool footage.
But
Yeah,
it looks like it's
so
flying or
it's a
something.
soccer ball.
Yeah, it's another one of those soccer balls. So they really go into the depth of this. Look at that. I mean, they're taking it seriously. This is
Oh yeah.
Look, he's got a panel and everything.
Good on him.
Yeah. They're not like saying
that's really cool footage. I mean, you can't. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's not Superman. Yada yada yada. It's not a bug.
right.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is the speed it's going is unreal to me. I don't know how anybody caught that.
It must be AI. Or maybe they tell us here because I mean, you can't.
But don't you?
What? It was immediate.
Just
boom. Yeah. Of course, Mick West would probably say it's a bug. I'm sure.
Right. Yeah, but it flies out in the distance. I don't know. That's very interesting footage to me. I like it. Yeah.
So there's that one. The cigar shaped one. So there's some good stuff out there. That's why I just hate people that just say like, oh, there's cell phones and videos and cameras everywhere. Where's all the evidence? Like, what?
Yeah, right. I mean, we've talked about it. We've talked about it on the show multiple times. When you're asking where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? It means you're not looking. You don't want to see the evidence.
Yeah, exactly. And what? Every single time you ask that question, every few months, and people send you the evidence, you continue to ignore.
Right.
Like, so stupid. So this is from Bro Bible.
Airline pilot describes witnessing a UFO turn 180 degrees in less than a second.
So this is a call to the FAA,
wasn't there a law that was passed saying pilots can now report UFOs or something like that?
Yes, that was part of the NDAA also. That is a special procedure now for them reporting UFOs and UAPs, which was not there before. They were ridiculed before.
Right. Yeah, you get completely shunned, unfortunately, in all aspects of society. If you saw a UFO, you never told anyone because you'd get fired or your family would leave you. Yada yada yada. Now things
exactly
get around.
Get a psych evaluation.
Yep.
So here, if this is the pilot making the call to the FAA.
Well, you're going to think I'm crazy. There's something that just went from right to left to right in a blink and then flashes lights 3-4 times and vanished.
Okay, well, I had an airplane cross from right to left, E-175, and now there's another one, 777 up there high off the right side that's descending to 28. That might be those two aircraft, I'm not sure.
This thing went 180 degrees in like a second.
Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, let me know if you see it again. We'll make a report.
Well, the details, it literally went from one coast to the other in front of us, and then it went up like 30 degrees, turned off its lights, or whatever it had. It looked like it's a bright orangey thing, and then since we spoke to you last, it flashed us like 3-4 times, and we are still looking at it now.
So where is it roughly if I was to give you a traffic call?
I would say probably 60, 80 miles in front of us, and it looks like it's coming, it's flashing towards us. But it is definitely not an airplane. It doesn't have the strobe lights or anything on it. It's just this bright orange going on and off.
Huh.
Yep.
Wow.
This.
Really cool, man.
Really cool.
We're going to be seeing a lot of these things, more of these reports now that they've, gotten rid of the giggle factor.
I'm going to try to anyway. It's interesting to me how calm, pilots obviously are really well trained at their job.
Yeah,
because he remains super calm during the entire call.
Yeah, you're right. I guess they don't feel threatened by these things.
Yeah.
There's that one Colombian airline pilot. No, not airline, but he's a pilot that took that video of the one that looks like a bat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That one, the really close up one. He said he went around to go follow it, and then once it started to follow him, he got scared and continued going. So,
jeez, I can't imagine being in that situation.
Yeah, she's just saying, screw it. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know who Sunday World is.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this one either.
But
boss of UAP military whistleblower goes public. AI and colonialism is the same issue.
What does that mean?
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I mean, AI and colonialism, the same issue.
I mean, I guess I kind of get it because the whole thing. Well, never mind. I was going to say, everyone talks about they're taking our jobs, yada yada yada, and that's the same thing. That's the same thing as AI. That's what people are worried about. But that's not really colonialism. That's immigration. That's a different subject altogether.
So it goes, the overall boss of UFO whistleblower David Grush has given a speech where he describes AI, non-human intelligence, and colonialism as the same thing. Colonel Carl Nell. He oversaw the work of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, where intelligence expert Grush worked, and described the whistleblower's testimony to Congress and character as beyond reproach.
Oh, wow.
That means very respectable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's he talking about the whole colonialism thing?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how that goes together.
So I remember seeing this before, his presentation about he came up with catastrophic disclosure, by the way. He's like, if we don't have controlled disclosure, it's going to be catastrophic disclosure. So he was at the Sol Foundation. Yeah, see, there's a difference here between controlled disclosure and catastrophic disclosure. These are all issues on disclosure. So maybe that's why we have to distress technical and religious aspects of this. I mean, how long have we been having this conversation, man? Like how many of these presentations and just efforts. I guess this is the closest we've ever gotten to something, in the government to doing it. Codified laws of ethics. It's the same issue with AI, colonialism, and non-human intelligence. That's it. He doesn't say anything else. What?
Well, that's a weird article. No wonder it's in Sunday World.
Maybe here.
Humanities. We need to develop sociological models for analyzing societal impact of UAP disclosure and mitigation of possible We've talked about this on the show.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, is there any way you can pause? I really have to go to the bathroom.
Yep. 1 second, and we're back. All right.
Do we need to play the intro again?
I imagine.
Sorry, guys, had to take a potty break. We're back now, though.
Yes, we are back. So this is we covered it last week. Exclusive disc-shaped UFO is filmed by Ukrainian military in war zone. Quote, "What the F is this? Maybe ram it," they said.
So weird decision to make while you're in a plane.
I know. So why isn't it moving? They said the men with Ukraine's 406th Battalion can be heard debating as they witnessed a deadly calm UFO hovering over their war zone. While the size, altitude, and shape of the object remain a mystery, the drone's own altitude indicates that the apparent object could be a large craft over 30 miles away. Whoa, 30 miles. Wow. There it is. Last week when we covered this, we said it might be in the water or something. That's not water.
Yeah, definitely not.
There's no water over there. So here's the newest one. Here's the update. So the soldier came out, and he's saying, Ukrainian soldier who filmed UFO bigger than the Empire State Building over war zone in Donetsk tells DailyMail.com it sat deathly still against winds and was hotter than anything I've ever seen.
So it was really attractive. It had big boobs and a big ass. Is that what he's talking about?
I mean, if it's in Ukraine and they think it's really hot, yeah.
It is really interesting, kind of scary footage. I mean, it's just it's eerie, hanging out there.
Yeah, and it's that big. This thing's like an aircraft carrier, basically, just floating.
any Ukrainian women, if you're listening, hit me up. I'll happily take you in.
Yeah, exactly. You can use Topher's house whenever you want.
Sure.
And yeah, and he'll throw parties too, right, Topher? You throw some parties.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes, exactly. Have some people over, so they're covering their faces, these guys, but they came forward.
I'm kind of wondering about. I guess that's like a whistleblower thing, huh? You don't want to. It's not like we know anything about that, hiding your identity.
Oh yeah, I know we don't at all. But I get it. I mean, maybe they don't want Russians to know who they are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They are at war, right?
Mm-hmm.
One potential explanation for the UFO was the well-known optical illusion phenomenon called Fata Morgana.
Yeah. Do you know what that is? It's kind of interesting. Do you know what Fata Morgana is?
No, go ahead.
So it's when you see something on the horizon because of like light or something,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
basically see a second. Like if you're looking at a ship, you see a second ship, but it's floating up in the air, and it's because of the way the light reflects off the water. I think I'm probably really screwing this up.
There's a heat inversion happening too, something like that, where because the air is hotter, it floats.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Anyway, but these guys say it wasn't a mirage. The guy who saw it, because
Right.
in thermal vision you can't see a mirage. Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
You can see it only with your naked eye. Aha! Often a Fata Morgana changes rapidly, as the flight safety guide notes.
I mean,
here it is, like what you said. Here it is.
Yeah, it looks like stuff's floating. I've seen videos of this occurring, but I've also seen that one. I think it was off the coast of Turkey. There's that.
Oh
one
yeah,
where you can see the beams inside, supposedly.
Right.
But they say it was a cruise ship. And it was going through this event, Fata Morgana.
Well,
that's a really good picture to demonstrate what we're talking about.
That's crazy. In one photographic case of Fata Morgana, the Anthem of the Seas cruise ship, an 186,000-ton Royal Caribbean liner, looked like it was hovering above the water.
I mean, it's really scary to look at, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Is that the end? That's the end. I saw a cigar-shaped object once. It turned out to be a cigar.
Very funny. Whoever you commented on that.
Congrats for giving us a laugh.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
That was a very good one. So, I mean, they've been taking it seriously. The Ukrainians have.
Yeah.
The Daily Mail has.
And they have to take it seriously. I mean, like you said earlier, they're at war with Russia, and so anything that's in their airspace, they have to take seriously.
I mean, it could be, because it could be Russia doing that.
So what you got here?
Yeah. So Missouri UFO group has record turnout at meeting after orbs spotted in sky.
Hell yeah. When did we stop calling them Foo Fighters? That was always something that I called them. Foo Fighters, orbs, glowing orbs. We're always Foo Fighters, and then that changed. Now they call them glowing orbs.
When did it become orbs? I guess maybe. Remember when crop circles and they had those orbs that showed? I think it was around then when they thought they were making them. So we can listen to this, or we can read these. They're basically saying it was DARPA, but these people are not believing that that's the excuse.
Let's listen to it.
Okay.
One possible explanation.
The truth
may
or may not be out there, but if
never mind, I take it back.
Otherworldly going on, this local group hopes to be the first to find it.
They're here, and they are real.
An overflow crowd at tonight's regular monthly meeting for the KC chapter of the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON.
We've had an unusual number of sightings of unidentified flying objects.
This monthly meeting typically draws 15 to 25 people. Tonight's crowd was nearly 150.
This is much
okay.
larger than what we usually have.
You can pause it really quick. I love the fact that more people are concerned about UFOs and UAPs, and they're paying attention to stuff like this. I don't like that they chose the most unattractive people.
Oh my god!
To be featured in the story.
Yeah, right. I mean, unless the whole town's that way.
I mean, I don't know.
What they're saying here.
I feel bad. I don't want to make fun of people for how they look.
Right. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, it's great.
The best explanation for tonight's big turnout, an unusual episode just last month, June 20th. Mysterious objects in the sky.
2019? Wait a minute.
Fox 4's Joe Loria's guess on that night.
Is something called DARPA.
Turns out Joe was spot on. The next day, the government confirmed it was a series of balloons involved in a government project. Case closed, right? Well, not for these people.
I find it very odd that we knew nothing about these DARPA balloons until after the fact.
The distance from the witness was 1.8 miles.
These people are not taking. They're like, hell no. Those weren't balloons.
Back it up? I want to see the audience really quick because I noticed something. Why is it all? No, you had it right there. Go back.
Old people.
Yeah. What? There it is, right there. Why is it all old people? Do you think?
I have no idea. I guess because they had the time to come to this.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're
right
on there.
They're retired or something.
I would love to go to meetings like this, but I can't because I've got work. So I guess that makes sense. But
yeah,
no, I saw a bunch of white hair, and I was like, "What the hell? Why?"
Yeah,
they all look
all
exactly
old.
the same.
Almost 100% of them.
Yeah,
definitely 100% of them are over 40.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Even the presenters here.
I don't know. I just for some reason that caught my eye.
After the fact.
The distance from the witness was 1.8 miles.
At tonight's meeting, members analyzed photos that they claimed suggest something else was going on.
Examined them frame by frame, and we found other objects along with the balloons that would not be visible to the naked eye. You would think that if they were going to release something like that, they would know the public was going to see them, and they would announce it ahead of time. But they didn't do that.
It might be laughable to you.
I already
alien herself.
I already feel bad. I didn't like,
I know.
As I was saying,
That's
I was
not
like,
cool.
I shouldn't be saying this. My heart goes out to these people, and I really am happy that they care.
Me too,
and that's what's
yeah.
important. But I make jokes about stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and nothing's wrong with that. It is funny. We're trying to be entertaining here, at no one's expense. Obviously, we appreciate everyone, all the work everyone's doing, and I, it's strange. Why would DARPA? Okay, these people know they saw stuff that are not balloons. Okay, so they saw these balloons, and they're meeting, and they're showing each other, like, look, that's not a balloon. That's not a balloon. That might be one. So. Yeah, it's just strange.
Well, it's what we've talked about so many times on the show. It's a psyop. I mean, the CIA, whoever it is, DARPA, has done such a great job of discrediting people who see things like this, and make them look ridiculous by saying, "Oh yeah, of course, that's a weather balloon. That's swamp gas bouncing off of Saturn and having sex with the moon."
Venus.
Yeah.
They love Venus and balloons. That's the go-to. So one of our listeners tagged us here. This is Jaime Mosan. He made we don't follow him. Let's follow him. He made an announcement that they're bringing the mummies over to LA.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
March 12th, humanity will confirm one of the greatest discoveries in history. Scientific studies are on our side, and it's in Spanish. But he's bringing.
I think there was a translation below.
Yeah, this one.
No. Translation of the video.
Oh.
I thought there was. Wait, go.
You mean like CC?
No. I could have sworn in the comments or the replies to this video, I saw that someone had posted the translation.
Here's your German dub. Oh, Spanish, German. Oh, wait. Oh, Spanish, Italian. Spanish, English. Here we go.
Well, people all over the world are really excited about UAPs. And like I said, that's so great to see.
It is. Agreed. I mean, of course they should be. It's the greatest story for mankind, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. So wait, how come I can't? Oh, I have to install an extension.
Don't worry about it. We already summed it up.
Oh, wait. It's right here. Right?
Oh,
yeah.
I think so.
I want to remind you that on March 12th,
a
press conference will be held in the city of Los Angeles, where new beings found in the caves in the Nazca diatom mines will be announced. Yeah.
Why does he look like he's on an episode of Star Trek?
This is so cheesy. But man, isn't AI so impressive? Like
It's really cool. Yeah, I was
dubbing
thinking
like from a different language instantaneously. I
Yeah.
mean, so nuts. Really, science fiction is just always what is it like? Just a few years
Well,
behind.
yeah, and, like, they even have apps on your phone now where if you're in a foreign country, you just hold your camera up to whatever you're trying to translate, and it translates for you. I mean,
So
that kind of stuff,
fascinating.
it's so cool, man.
Yeah, it really is. So okay, so he's all right. So they'll be here March 12th. Maybe we can go somewhere.
Believe me, it's going to be bombshell news. Don't miss it.
Bombshell news.
Around 11-12 noon on Masan TV on YouTube. Don't miss it. Thank you
Oh,
very
okay.
much for joining
TV
us.
thing.
I hope to see you on the next broadcast of Tercer Milenio 360 International.
That's a crazy green screen.
Journal. I don't know
Until
what
then,
they're doing over there. Can we get one of those?
Yeah, we could.
When we get big enough, we could. I would love to host a show that looks like that.
Oh, Ashton Forbes, MH370 guy. He's now really contributing really well to the UFO industry in general. And we've talked about the MH370 videos, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
reported. If you remember, we reported last that basically, it wasn't debunked, but he admitted that yes, it could be debunked, and he was retiring, right?
Mhm.
That never happened because the community just didn't want it to go away, and they kept researching, and I'm going to say here it is possible that the national security state could have put those images into a stock company on the internet and said that was from there easily.
Absolutely. I mean, they do shit
Yeah.
like that all the time.
Exactly. So I just want to make that clear that we did not debunk that video. I'm still on the fence with it. I think you are too, and
I am, yeah.
I mean, there's just too much like evidence for it being real than it not being real is what
And
I'm
honestly, more than anything for me, it's just cool.
Yeah, it is.
I want it to be real because I mean, a plane disappeared into midair. Like I just think that's so cool.
In 2014.
Yeah.
I don't know. Until now, they haven't found it. And Ashton has that list that him and the community came up with of what you would have to know to do this, and it's just beyond coincidence, just way, way, way beyond.
Yeah.
And they would the hoaxer would have to know that we still haven't found it.
Right.
It's still not found.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so Ashton asks from Falcon Space, Mark Sokol from Falcon Space about the disclosure and the cover up. Falcon Space, we've covered them before. Remember the FBI actually crashed or went into their laboratories because they thought they were doing secret UFO tech or something. So they do a lot of UAP research. They're very close to alien scientists, and of course we know Jeremy. But yeah, they're close to them. So he's on Ashton Forbes' show, and he asks him, about disclosure. So here, let's take a listen.
Perfect. Let's give a listen.
How would you go about achieving disclosure? Like let's assume that it's real, that there are beings visiting us and there's this advanced technology. How do we get disclosure out of that? Like, what's the path forward in your mind?
So the equipment behind me, we have signal generators, RF amplifiers, spectrum analyzers, power supplies. This amplifier over here came from Sandia National Labs, where a lot of this research was actually done in the first place. This lab over here is researching the fundamental technologies that we believe are behind these phenomena. By doing this research, by moving it forward, by getting larger and larger results, and actually starting to build prototypes in craft, I believe we can push the needle far enough that people will start to take notice. And whether the scientific community all comes on board at once, I don't care. All that matters is that we get the technology built and we, bring it forward to the world. And once that happens, the naysayers will have nothing left to say.
I don't know, man. I think they would arrest him, if they really try to.
Yeah. Well, what I appreciate about him is he's a true scientist.
Right. Yeah.
Doesn't care what other people are going to do. Doesn't care about his weird haircut. Sorry, I gotta stop. I'm not.
Hey,
I'm
man.
not judging people based on their appearance. I'm sorry.
Finding a good barber is not easy, you know.
It's
And
not.
actually, and going to the barber alone is worse than going to the dentist, for me at least. Sit there and stare at myself in the mirror while someone, you know, cuts my hair. I don't know. It's not. I'd
Yeah.
rather be at the dentist.
Trust me, man. I used COVID as an excuse to grow my hair long.
Yeah.
The truth was, I just didn't want to go to the barber.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but all right. To
Yeah.
get back to it, I appreciate what this guy's doing.
Yeah, I mean, and exactly, they do the real science. It's so real, in fact, that the government went to their lab and say, to find out what they're working on. So definitely cool stuff. And he's right. The thing is, I mean, yeah, the thing is, if we do it, people will still say, yeah, see, it was humans all along.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, which
yeah,
I'm not saying is not true.
So frustrating to hear that.
The whole thing is frustrating. Yeah, the whole subject is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw this also. So Ian Brook, he's an inventor. He goes, my company Astro Mechanica has invented a new kind of jet engine. Unlike any existing engine, it's efficient at every speed. Because it's efficient at every speed, we can use it in a new way as the first stage of an orbital launch vehicle. The resulting platform will get payloads to orbit dramatically cheaper than all rocket systems among many possible applications. The key insight is to use electric motors to drive a compressor. That way we can make it spin at any speed, allowing it to adapt to its airspeed and combustion cycle. One of the coolest parts, the video below is of a demonstrator my team and I built last year. We already have a new engine with 10 times the thrust that will be complete next month. Dude, watch this thing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
So maybe my dreams of going to space are not that far off as I thought.
Yeah, Buck Rogers, here we come. Look at that thing. It's so clean too.
I love it.
Man. Fine. Catastrophic disclosure. Bring it.
Do you happen to know? Okay, I think I know. Why are engines, especially on planes, shaped like that? Like they've got that weird cone thing on the end.
I mean, you mean this thing right here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The nipple.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
it's got to be an aerodynamics thing, right?
Yes, exactly, because it has to come out in a line, or to be more efficient.
Okay.
So something like that. Cone shaped. But I mean, see, stuff like this is what we need. These technologies to come out. And I just don't want the history of all this to be gone,
Yeah, that kind of stuff really scares me.
Yeah, just oh well, all right, we moved on.
We've talked about it, and we talked about it on the episode with Mika. We kind of already have done that before. Humans as a whole, just erased our history.
Yeah, multiple times. Who actually did a stream on that? I think Truth Stream Media did something about that today. She was talking about Quentin Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it was about the serial killer, right? Or the Manson serial killer thing.
Charlie Manson, yeah, and his cult.
Right, yeah. And this is this is going to be a spoiler alert. All right, never mind.
No, go for it.
Well,
I really like that movie.
Yeah, me too. But it's not the real events that happened, right?
Of course.
The events, right? So she was worried that sometime in the future, that's what people find. Think that that's what actually happened, not the real history.
Well, and Tarantino also did Inglourious Bastards, where they killed Hitler, which obviously didn't happen.
That was a hilarious movie.
That's so good. Oh,
Dude, his
man.
movies are so good. Django is one of my favorite. I mean, that one is just
Yeah.
instant classic. I
It's
mean, there's
so good.
it's
So good. Yeah.
what a writer, huh? The guy is a genius, a true genius.
Yeah. Well,
His scenes,
he's doing his last film. It's coming up here pretty soon.
you're kidding.
And he said that was his last one.
So it's finished almost.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do they
I
know
don't
what
even
it's?
know if there's like a trailer or a name for it yet, but that's what I've
Did he
heard.
say what it's about?
No, I'm assuming it's, alternate history as per usual.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So so now this is in physics, phys.org, how we could snoop on extraterrestrial communications networks. You know what's crazy about this is when I read it, it's a scientific paper on using pulsars for communications.
Yeah, I don't even get this.
I read a book by Paul Laviolette. I forget what it's called now. I'm trying to see if I have it here. But he says that pulsars were extraterrestrial communications a long time ago. Yeah. So here this is the paper or the research they did. Where is it? One of the biggest challenges, detecting stray alien signals. All this by creating. The author outlines 9 steps for how an interstellar civilization might construct a pulsar navigation system, and what the pattern of that network might be. By creating multiple scenarios, we might be able to recognize certain patterns as techno signatures. As the author notes, one limitation of this approach is that any metadata scenario we imagine is still based on how Homo sapiens think, which might not be how an alien intelligence sees things. Well, yeah, I wish I remember now Paul Violette what he had, because he figured it out. He saw the techno signatures and the patterns and how they're laid out.
I honestly, this is so over my head. I truly don't even understand.
Yeah, you know how, because the universe has pulsars, right? And what science says is that it's these collapsed stars, and they're collapsed on themselves, and they're spinning really fast.
So it's the stage before a black hole, right?
Something like that. Yeah, it's like a lighthouse. It's spinning and like so fast, and it's a broad spectrum light, so it's not like one frequency. It's all frequencies all at once. So it's still a mystery. You know, scientists have not really figured it out. But Paul Laviolette has postured that it's a communication system, a galactic communication system, and lets these craft know where they are situated. It's like a GPS system.
Right.
What he
Yeah,
said.
I guess I can get that. Okay.
So it's crazy now that we have physics papers looking into this, not on the fringes, you know.
Sure. Yeah, it's not this weird out there thing anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I've said it 100 times. I'm going to say it 101 times. You need to read The 3-Body Problem. I'm telling you. You will absolutely love it. It's right up your alley. It involves super high level physics like that. I'm telling you, man, you need to check it out.
Okay. I will. I have it on Audible, by the way, so I should just play it. But the thing is, when I put on Audible, I'm pretty much sleeping, or I'm going to go to sleep. But anyway, it's something. I mean, yes, I'll put it on. I think I have the first book.
But before you do that, Reed, you tried. I have no mouth and I must scream.
Oh yeah, I think it was scaring me though while I was listening to it. I'm like, what the hell is this weird thing?
It's super. Yeah, no,
it's bizarre, right?
Oh yeah. It's way out there. All right, so what do you got? Oh, we've talked about this. Have we talked about this on the show?
Yes, many times.
Yeah, this is because I was going to say this is my favorite UFO group sighting of all time.
But I've never seen her interviewed afterwards. This one,
yeah,
she's interviewed. 30-second clip.
They interviewed. I was going to say this is only a 30-second clip because they interviewed a bunch of the kids.
Right.
All right. So to sum it all up, a bunch of kids in South Africa at this school called Ariel. A UFO landed like in the yard outside of their school, and they went up and they ended up talking to a bunch of these, not a bunch, like I think it was 2 aliens, and had a conversation with them, and then they got so freaked out they ran back inside, and
Yeah.
a bunch of students drew pictures, and I mean, it was so believable. Like, some of them didn't come back to school. Like, their parents believed them, the teachers believed them. It was unreal. And then I think it was like 10, 15 years later, they interviewed some of these students after this had happened.
Yeah, and like and so many documentaries have been done, and
Yeah.
that's a great story. I mean, John Mack came
Yeah.
in, right? The guy from Harvard. He interviewed all of them. So they're going to show this girl when she's older. She's reminiscing about what happened. I think she's the one who said that they were warned about using technology, or they all did. They were
Yes.
all warned,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So let's give it a listen. Yeah.
It was like this lake of calmness in his eyes. I was compelled to look at him. It wasn't like I wanted to look away from him. Time became very still and very bizarre. In my mind, technology and not good feelings about technology either. It was like technology was a bad, dirty word. I think that he was saying to me, beware of the technology. Don't go into it too heavy because it's not going to be good for you.
Yep, yep. I mean, that's prophetic words now. Just looking about how the effect of technology in our society, and
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, you look at cell phones, you look at social media and stuff, and
Right.
you'd be hard pressed to find anyone that doesn't say it's had a negative impact on our society.
right. Mental health issues are on the rise.
Yeah.
Governments being tyrannical is on the rise. Censorship and AI. Being so fake and woke and
Mhm.
politicized, and it's just I mean, people aren't having children. Populations aren't being replaced, and that's all technology, right? So
Yeah.
it could help us, but it could also destroy us. And so I think we're at a point where humanity has to make that choice.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we're at a turning point where you're right. We have to make a decision on which way we want to move forward.
It's a tough one because technology is just going to keep going. AI is going to keep getting better. Now we have implants, brain implants. You're going to have humans just do that, and they're going to be different than people that don't, and they might have different opportunities or more opportunities or smarter, or so it's going to be weird. It's going to get weird.
Yeah, I mean, and the what's the new big thing now with the Google glasses or whatever? I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was one of the reasons I stopped
Apple.
using.
With
Yeah, I
Apple.
stopped using my what the hell are those called? Facebook. I had the same thing, but it was made by Facebook.
Oh, the Oculus.
Yeah, it was one of
Oh,
the reasons
yeah.
I stopped
Yeah.
using my Oculus is because I was too scared I'd get sucked into that fake world.
And that's what so that's what happens. I think with anyone that's actually thinking about what they're doing with VR, is it does have that feeling. And like, I don't like, yes, it's fun, yes, it's intriguing, but I don't really want to be getting too much into this because
I don't want it
dangerous.
to like, I'm cool to play Beat Saber for a couple minutes, but I don't
Yeah.
want to end up like, oh god, what's that Spielberg movie where everyone goes on the
Ready Player One.
Yeah, I don't want to end up like that.
Yeah, so I mean, humanity looks like it's going to be split up. I mean, we are a huge population anyway. We're not monolithic. So this one I shared with you, it was a post we did on. It took off. So, and yes, we're not the first ones to say this, but many people
views. Good God. Oh
But-
man.
And I think, oh yeah, I know, right? So we say we believe a group or groups of NHI have infiltrated our society. It just seems like there's something very anti-human at the top of the pyramid. All policies supported by world governments end up with depopulation, followed by full spectrum dominance and control.
Always.
Yeah. And Austin Walters says, what if fish have the same conversation?
I mean, no, I honestly think that's a really good question. I
Me
mean,
too.
it's a really good point. Because I mean, if you zoom out a little bit, we're not all that different from fish or cows or sheep.
No,
like
we're not.
people say.
I mean, I'm sure they farm animals and even domestic animals, they agree to their slavery or whatever, the capture. They're like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Have you seen the I think it was one of those famous comics, but he's got a picture of cows holding up a sign that say they kill people in that slaughterhouse, and the cows are going, what a conspiracy theorist.
That's incredible. I love that meme.
Yeah.
So Othello says it is anti-human by design. We are to become the property of these collectives. This will happen unless we openly protest their activities. Education and awareness is our only salvation. We must act. See, people know, I never claimed we're the first ones, but just looking at the body of evidence we see week in, week out.
Yeah.
It's obvious something's really weird is in charge of this world.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That hates us. And yes, they can be psychopaths, but it's something else. It's not just psychopaths.
Yeah, there's got to be, yeah, right. It's got to be something that's beyond, just psychopathy. That accounts for a little bit of it, but it doesn't account for all of it.
Exactly. So Space Cookie says, beneath the veneer of global unity, the architects from the shadows draft the terms of our world's treaty, a covenant not of peace and prosperity, but of control and containment, where every signature succeeds a piece of humanity's soul. Damn, that's poetic.
Space Cookie, great comment, man. That is, yeah. I was thinking this. I was like, wow, that is really well written.
That's very deep, very deep. So, I mean, it's great. A lot of people have noticed the same thing, right? It's hard not to. It's just hard.
It's extremely hard not to, yeah.
And just see how it's being run, and then see, Ingo Swann said it. So yes, I mean, we are, we read so many books on UFO.
Mhm.
We research so much, and everyone comes to this same conclusion. What is the other one I didn't finish reading? The Garden of Eden, or it's a really good one. Same thing,
Yeah.
David Icke has been saying this too.
I mean, and it's really, scary to think about. But what the hell can you do?
What can you do? Yeah, what can you do? Exactly. I mean, do the best, enjoy, be the best person you can be.
Yeah.
Strive
Absolutely.
for truth. Let's enjoy it down here.
And be open and kind to others. I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah, and we're all on the same journey here. Some people don't want to believe and don't want to, go seek the truth, or they're okay in their own world, and some people just continuously seek the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Ingo Swann's, I think, wife.
Powers that rule this planet. So there's some in Resurrecting the Mysterious, he calls it the societal equalizer. In an interview with Art Bell, when he was talking about penetration and remote viewing, he actually called it the powers that rule this planet. So there's something capable of suppressing these potentials within us, these potentials of our perceptual awareness systems, right? Because he says we are endowed with this potential. We just need to activate it. We need to nurture it. We need to hone it. And we can do that, but we have to get out from under this oppression. I have kind of understand it to be something close to what we would think of as the New World Order, something like that. Okay.
At least the evil that runs it, right?
Right. The evil that runs it is somehow capable, right? And I'll kind of get into like his book Penetration, but it's that same concept that there's something out there that's suppressing us, that knows that we could be powerful. And if we were powerful, we would know about them and their objectives.
Mhm.
I mean, ultimately he called it the world order of perverts. So that was his term.
He was probably dead on, because it looks that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
Right.
But he's also an artist. Like, he's a provocative.
That's crazy that Ingo Swann said the world order of perverts.
I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, how many?
No, it's not.
How many times do we have to see, these rich, corrupt as fuck individuals, they got ousted for having, raping kids.
It's always that, huh? It's the same stories over and over. Like, it's not like throughout history.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, actually, what came to my mind is it's just humanity is so interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
The things we do to each other,
Mm-hmm.
the things we ingest. there early in the clip, she was talking about how we have this potential, and to me, a lot of it. To me, it seems like we do have a lot of potential, but we choose to
suppress it.
Yeah, suppress it.
Well, she's saying it's an outside force doing that. But yeah,
Right.
I agree with you too. I mean, why should we scapegoat an outside force? Why isn't it? Maybe it's a humanity problem or a human problem.
Yeah, I
you know?
mean,
Escaping
me.
something,
I've had my troubles with alcohol, and then
Mhm.
it's one of those things where sure it's legal, but I mean the shit's literally poison. But we as
Yeah.
humans choose to ingest it in order to. I mean, who knows? Everyone's got their own reason. It doesn't really matter. But
Yeah,
it's
right.
the same with drugs. Everyone knows how horrible drugs can be, but they choose to do it. They choose to make it.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
exactly, everyone's got their reasons.
yeah, and I don't doubt the outside force thing. In fact, I know there's an outside force. I mean, shit,
Right.
turn on TV and you're going to see, ads for alcohol.
Yeah.
But there's also, there's some sort of force internally
Mhm.
where it just, you don't, you're suppressing that whatever opportunity it might be. You're choosing to suppress it, and I think that's the big question on humanity.
Yeah, and people need to work on themselves, and then those forces from outside won't be attracted to them. If they're
Yeah.
not susceptible to something feeding off of that or benefiting from it somehow, then that won't happen, or it'll be far less. So, but yeah, it just goes with that theme, right? That something else is in charge here, whether we can see it or not, or prove it or not. People have the same sentiment, and this was done after. When was this posted? Yeah, see, 2 days after what we posted. So it's crazy how you see this. We all feel similar things at the same time.
Mhm.
Humans are we really are so connected.
Yeah, I mean, it's that thing. I think we talked about it last week. It's like I think every human is just a little bit psychic.
Yeah.
And we just, you just connect with other people. No matter what the situation is, you just seem to kind of like get what's what's going on with the person next to you.
Yeah, and then you have people like him who don't even.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this guy wouldn't understand that. We're
So
all
this is the CEO of Kellogg's. Let them eat flakes. Kellogg's CEO says poor families should consider cereal for dinner. Essentially just eating sugar on a spoon.
Let them eat cake, right? Is that where that's from?
It's from the
Mary Antoinette.
Huh?
Right?
Who?
Mary Antoinette? No.
Yes. Yeah. In
Oh, yeah,
France, right? Yeah.
Yes, in France. Let them eat cake when people were starving.
Yeah, and who was the person that I'm totally paraphrasing and butchering it, but basically, if you give people bread and circuses,
Oh yeah,
it's the
Roman
same.
or Greek.
It was. That's what I was going to say. I'm pretty sure it was ancient Rome. Someone in ancient Rome said that. But yes,
bread and circuses.
But yeah,
yeah,
I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. The food prices have been out of control lately. Anyone who's been to a grocery store recently knows this, and it's just this just shows the ego that these people
exactly.
up top have. Yeah, just eat cereal for dinner.
Yeah, just exactly. Have some cereal. You don't need the steak. You don't need the organic food or the meat. Just go with some frosted flakes. Sugar too. These are the worst ones, right? They're like
oh yeah, no, they're terrible. I mean, they're delicious. Don't get me wrong. I love frosted flakes.
yeah.
I haven't had them in forever, but I do love them. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was always my favorite. But once again, it's just all sugar.
So yeah, it just shows that
I'm so sick of these type of people being in charge.
Isn't like Pelosi when she was like showing during COVID and people were locked up, she was showing everyone her ice cream collection.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of psycho would be like think that's a great idea? Oh, I should share the fact that I'm eating ice cream. Like
exactly.
What
national television?
Yeah, just what kind of idiot would think that's okay? What
man.
kind of idiot here would say, "Oh, you can't afford dinner? Eat sugar cereal." Like I can't even talk because I'm just so frustrated.
Well, yeah, it's like they're not even human. Like seriously, they're not. Remember, is
Yeah.
it De Blasio, the guy from New York? He was
Oh, yeah.
with the COVID thing. He was eating a burger and he was like, are you telling me you can get a delicious burger like this if I get a COVID vaccine? And he's just like scarfing it down and being so disgusting. I'm like, man, who thought that was a good idea? You
Yeah,
know, it's
right.
so weird, bizarre, man. This is really bizarre behavior. And talk about bizarre behavior.
Oh God, this is great.
They've added Ukraine to the LGBTQ plus.
Okay, so I shared this with you, and I want to be really clear. I've got no problems with people who are gay.
Yeah, of course not. But this flag
trans.
thing.
It's your life. You do what you want. You do what you want.
Yeah.
But the whole flag thing makes no goddamn sense to me because it's just you put on. It doesn't make any sense. It was a rainbow flag. The rainbow was supposed to represent everyone. That was the whole point. And now they keep adding more and more stuff to it. And the newest one is they're putting a part of the Ukraine flag on there. It just, I don't. Who's this for?
My favorite sexuality, Ukraine.
Yeah. Who is this for? What is this doing for anybody?
Dude, it's so crazy. It's just like, it's just for more support, right?
It's just for feel good points.
It's so dumb, man. It's so dumb. But yeah, I thought that was really funny too.
It's a really ugly flag too.
Yeah, it is an ugly flag. We have the I did you see this? The hydrogen gold rush is on. So apparently
I did not see this.
So apparently we have a huge amount of hydrogen that's gonna be they're saying now it could be treated like liquid gas, but like we have liquid hydrogen, and that the US could have it's like 48,000 years of here it is.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to make engines that used hydrogen as fuel.
Yeah, and we have them actually. Who just released one? But I mean,
I think so too.
Toyota has them. We just don't have the infrastructure. But now, if this is true, and I don't think why it shouldn't. This is AGA.org. We have 5 trillion metric tons of gold hydrogen. They call it. They're
Wow.
saying that the USGS estimates to exist. We would have enough for between 47,000 and 48,000 years at current consumption levels.
Fantastic.
Isn't that insane?
So, what you're reading here? Can the U.S. invade itself to get this hydrogen?
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, yes, they can 1,000,000 times over too.
We'll find a way.
Just destroy it, rebuild it, destroy it, rebuild it.
Yeah,
it's good for business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's exciting stuff. I am worried about the future. Potentials that could happen.
I did see there was a car that had hydrogen capsules that you just put in, and the car runs for like a week on it. Yeah, it was really cool.
Sick. I could use that. Gas is way too expensive,
dude. You should look into like a plug-in hybrid.
So I was really turned off. My first roommate out of college. Hopefully, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He had a plug-in hybrid, and it just always pooped out on him.
Well, what year was that? They have gotten much better, but yeah,
I guess that was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. And though even 5 years ago was bad, but they've gotten much better, and it's all about software. I just got my car a software update, and the efficiency for the battery went up by like 20%. It's crazy, just because of software.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll look into that for my next car. I mean, with the next car in my fleet of cars that I currently have.
Everyone needs a fleet of cars. You need your 4x4 for off-road, right?
Of course.
You need your beach car, right? And you need your work car.
My newest addition has been a motorcycle limo, which is weird. It's a really, really long motorcycle. I get to sit in the back.
All the way in the back.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of space between you and the driver.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get the point behind it, but it looks cool.
Oh, I need to look those up. I don't think I've seen one.
They're really exclusive.
Should I play that Jack Black one?
Yeah, hey, go for it. Why not?
Dude, his voice is so awesome.
I mean, he's super talented. I love the guy.
Unbelievable how talented he is. I'm so happy that he's still having fun.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a big nerd too, which is a big reason why I like him so much.
And there's his bandmate.
Yeah.
He looks older, so much older.
They both, I mean, they both do.
Yeah. Because he's having fun though.
My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is.
He's so talented. He is so talented.
Yeah, man. No, it is good to see him having fun.
See how serious he was when he punched too?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just looking so serious.
Did you see the newest Jumanji movies, by the way, with him?
Oh yes, they were awesome. They were great.
Yeah,
he's so talented.
He's so talented. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. I don't think there's nothing. I haven't. Okay, what I haven't watched is the Mexican one. Where he's like the Mexican.
Nacho.
Yes, I haven't watched that one. I don't know
either.
why I don't want to. Oh, okay.
I haven't either. But in terms of movies, you know what I did watch?
Yes. What?
I did watch The Departed, one of my favorite movies. Have you seen that?
No, but yes, I have watched it. Yeah, it's an amazing movie.
It's got Leo DiCaprio. It's got Matt
Yes,
Damon.
it's Scorsese, right?
It is a Scorsese movie.
Yeah,
it's got what's his name? He's old now. I think he's retired. It doesn't matter. It's
It's an old movie though. Is it from 10 years ago or something?
I want to say like 2006 or something. But yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. We're getting old, man.
Okay, but yeah, that's a great movie. I mean, 3 hours, but you don't even feel it.
No,
the acting, the story, the drama. I mean, I remember it. I'd love to rewatch that.
It's so good. And then I also watched Strays. Have you seen that on Amazon?
No, I've not.
It's about it's talking dogs. It's super raunchy, but it's about dogs. It's about a dog who's trying to get back home.
Okay.
And he meets up with other dogs, but it's a lot of fun.
And it's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Dune is out. Are you gonna watch that?
I haven't. I mean, I've seen the first one. I haven't seen this one.
I mean, yeah, this one came out Friday. Oh, yeah, so it just came out.
So one of my favorite, what's it called? Like a, I really like the Dune from the 1970s.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Wow,
it's one of my guilty pleasures. It's so.
Oh my god!
It's so
it's
weird.
so bad that I've never finished it. That's how bad it is. I've never finished it.
It's not that. I mean, it's bad, but it's like it's the good kind of bad.
I mean, even Lynch. Wait, Lynch, right? He won't.
Yeah, it
even,
was David Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah, he won't even talk about it. If you ask him a question, I don't think you're allowed to ask him about it. Actually, if you get an interview with him.
Yeah, there was a whole thing. It went through development hell. I personally love it. I think it's so weird and off the wall.
It's so weird. But you know, I keep trying. Maybe I should try again. I like doing that.
You should. Yeah.
Because it's all about what space you're in, what mindset you're in. You know, I think I might be in the right mindset to actually like go through it.
Yeah. Check it out. It's great. And for sure, 100% definitely read The Three Body Problem. I know I've been telling you for a long time. I know I told you on this episode, but you really do have to listen to it or read it or whatever.
I'm gonna queue it up.
It's so good, and I even got one of my coworkers to read it, and he's just going like, "What the hell?"
It's not full of commie stuff. Here it is. The Three Body Problem by Sijin Liu. 13 hours.
Oh, it's long. It's a 3-book series. There's also
is it all in here?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, there's separate books. It's so good though. Yeah, trust me. And it's not it doesn't have like, I mean, it's got like communist China stuff because that's, you know, where the guy is from, but he's
damn Chi-coms.
He's not like preaching. It's just
right. No, I know. Yeah, you just have to be wary of that So I'm just going to focus on the core, like philosophical things. You know, to ignore all the political stuff because I'm sure they have to do that to publish a book in China.
It's
know what I
there's
mean?
not even really all that much political. I mean, there definitely is political stuff in it, but once again, it's
Yeah.
like it's not preachy. It's not in your face.
Got
It's
it. Got
just
it. Yeah.
part
Right.
of the part of the
Right.
world that he's writing from.
Yeah, which makes sense. That's the country he's in, right?
Yeah.
And plus, look at them, man. Look what they've accomplished, And I mean, I know nation states. At the end of the day, they're all owned by the same people anyway. It's all a joke, nation states. But it's really impressive seeing what they've become.
Yeah, I mean, the one nation state that pops in my head is Singapore, because I dated a girl from there, and it's one of the most corrupt countries of all time.
Yeah, but Singapore is also it's a capitalist country.
Yeah, yeah.
And very rich too, Singapore.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're very well off.
Very-
Unless you're poor, then you're not well off.
Yeah. It reminds me of Hong Kong in a way, or what Hong Kong used to be.
It's Hong Kong. Hong Kong isn't still part of China, is it?
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, no, it wasn't right until 1997. So it was a
British
independent, right?
Yeah.
And then 1997 went back, and then I think recently they made the language there illegal.
Oh man!
But it's pretty much now China, whether they like it or not.
I mean, they had the whole protests and all that stuff going on, and then everyone promptly forgot about it.
Yeah. Well, cool. So, how do you are you looking forward to anything this week? I mean, it's gonna be freezing here. We have a storm that's here.
I mean, I love the rain. I love the storms. So that part's great. I've been like fighting this weird cold thing. Maybe I sound a little nasally.
Yeah,
more than usual. I don't know if you
not
can
really.
tell.
No.
But I've been fighting this cold for like a week. I feel fine. I'm just like really stuck up. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Do you feel it like it's viral or is it allergies? You would know if it's allergies.
It's definitely not allergies. And trust me, I've got all of those. Have I ever showed you?
You take vitamin C? What?
So it was about 7 or 8 years ago. I got a test like that back scratch test where they test to see what you're allergic to.
Oh yeah.
I was allergic to everything. They had to do this is true. I'm not making this up. They had to repeat some of the tests like on my arm because I was so allergic to stuff on my back. It swelled up and covered up the other like boxes because they draw a grid on your back.
Yeah.
So I had to get another part of the test on my arm. I was so allergic to stuff.
What about dogs? Are you allergic to dogs or cats?
Yeah, I am. But I suffer through it because I love dogs so much. And animals love me. So I love animals.
Yeah, no, animals are cool, man. They're the best. But yeah, I mean, I thought I was allergic to way more than I did that test, and I was only allergic to cats and dogs.
Really?
Severely allergic. Yeah, that's what it turned out when they did the test on my back.
Yeah, I'm happy I'm not allergic to food, any kind of food. But I'm allergic to all types of trees, all types of grass, cats, dogs, smoke, dust. I mean, mold, everything. I'm allergic to everything, but not food and not any medications. So I'm thankful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So hey, if I wanted to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, where would I find us?
We find us at UAP the podcast, and that's Twitter or X, formerly Twitter. And you can find us on Rumble at UAP Podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us there, everyone, at Uncovering Anomalies Podcasts. And then we're always on Spotify. You'll see us there on the homepage if you're into this subject, as you've shown that you're into this subject. And all major platforms, Apple, Google, I think is moving over to YouTube now, YouTube Music or something, their podcasts. And then iHeart, that's a big one for us too. So follow us. We are interacting with people. You're tagging us, which we covered on the show also. We really appreciate it, and as you can see, we are very reactive to that communication. So let us know how we're doing. And
as always, if you have been abducted by aliens, if you've seen a ghost, if you hung out and smoked a joint with Sasquatch, hit us up. Let us know. We want to hear about it. And do you want to hear something very, very embarrassing, Adam?
Yes.
I forgot to mention our names at the top of the podcast.
Oh my god. Well, I'm Adam. I want to believe Adam, and there's my new profile picture. If you can't see it,
it's so good.
Made by Dolly.
Hell yeah! And I am
And-
too fast, Topher.
Too fast. Too fast for what?
I'm not slow. I'm too fast.
Got it. Not like too cool for school or something like that.
No, I'm just fast.
Just fast. All right, man.
Yeah, I think that's it. We want to thank you all so much for tuning in and listening to the Uncovering Anomalies podcast UAP.
Yeah. Until next week.